Discipline is the practice of training yourself to follow a standard through self-control and consistency. It's the ability to make yourself do things that need to be done even when they are difficult to achieve long-term goals. Now, when we're talking about discipline on this channel, we're not always talking about the hard life struggle. We're also talking about committing to the simple daily habits that will continue to help you feel fulfilled and happy in your daily life. So let's get into it. First, we're going to talk about the importance of understanding delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is prioritizing the needs of your future self over the ego of your current self. It's the act of resisting immediate temptation of an immediate reward in preference for a later, larger, or more enduring reward. Delayed gratification is often studied in children through the marshmallow test that was created in the 1960s by Walter Mischel. It demonstrated that children who ate the marshmallow immediately struggled with impulse control. However, children who could wait longer for a larger reward tended to have better life outcomes in areas like academic success, health, and social competence. In the last couple of years, when I would go on a health journey, I would sometimes do unhealthy things to lose weight really quickly. I was obsessed with seeing the number on the scale change. I was obsessed with seeing the changes in my body really quickly. I was obsessed with instant gratification. So that would result in me losing the weight, then gaining the weight. Losing the weight, then gaining the weight. This is all a part of something that we call the cycle of instant gratification. The instant gratification cycle starts with a desire or an identified trigger. It follows with immediate action. Then comes short-term satisfaction and happiness, but that obviously then follows with the desire fading, you not caring anymore, and repeating the cycle from there. Understanding delayed gratification is not just about learning how to be more patient. It's about rewiring and retraining your body to build better habits. For example, people who prioritize nutrient-dense foods over junk food will experience long-term health benefits. People who can resist the urge to spend immediately can achieve financial stability and growth. Students who prioritize a study schedule over cramming the night before an exam often experience high levels of academic success. All in all, people who understand delayed gratification do not have an issue with putting in the work to achieve the goals that they have set for themselves. They don't have a problem with the time that it takes to hit a goal, the struggle that it takes to hit the goal. Delayed gratification is you learning how to trust in the process. There are several things that you can do in your daily life to help strengthen these abilities, like cooking more foods from scratch. Not every meal has to be made from scratch. I know we don't all have time for this, but when you do have a little bit of extra time to put in that effort into your food, you will see the benefits in your body over time. You can also pick up hobbies like pottery, knitting, reading. These are all hobbies that take time and that also takes a little bit more brain work and focus because the end result takes time. Lastly, committing to a fitness program that is between 4 to 8 weeks. This helps you get out of the cycle of starting and stopping a fitness program. Going to the gym, working out for 3 days, coming home and looking in the mirror and asking, where's the booty? Okay. Trust me, we've all been there. I used to be like that too. Whenever you commit to a long-term fitness program, you're more likely to commit to your fitness goals overall throughout the year. This is essentially helping you close the gap. Closing the gap between the person that you want to be and the person that you currently are today. Number 2, don't waste your potential on the comfort of your ego. Every time I would go on a fitness journey, I didn't like to lift heavy. I didn't like to do exercises that made me feel uncomfortable. I didn't like to do any form of cardio. I wanted to stay in my comfort zone. With that, I hardly saw improvements, although I was going to the gym day in and day out. I didn't see changes until I started using COPILOT. Whenever you sign up for COPILOT, you answer a few questions about yourself, and they immediately pair you with a certified personal trainer. You have a 45-minute introductory call with this trainer. You tell them about your goals, your current lifestyle, the workouts that you prefer to do, whether it's at-home workouts or in the gym, and you tell them what equipment you have readily available to you. And after that, they create a program that is specifically tailored to you and your goals. I've been using COPILOT for 6 months now. I am way more committed to this fitness journey. I'm way more committed to myself and the goals that I've set for myself. My coach is Kate. I respect Kate so much. I do not like disappointing her. She has set a standard of expectations for me that I do not like to break, okay? So with that being said, I am dedicated to this because I not only want to keep that promise to myself, but I want to keep the promise to her. And she's there holding me accountable daily. Your coach through COPILOT is going to hold you to the expectations that you've set for yourself. And that is the most important thing when it comes to this journey. So if you'd like to try out COPILOT, you can try it out for 2 weeks free using the link in my description box. Try it out, see how you like it, and thank you so much COPILOT for supporting the channel and sponsoring this video. Number 3, your body is much stronger than your mind. Whenever you're exercising, your mind is going to tell you that you are done well before your body is even halfway there. You either have 2 options. You stop and give up, or you push through the mental fatigue, because that's exactly what it is. It is mental fatigue. Physically, you have more potential and resilience than you can even mentally perceive in that moment. This is where mental training needs to take over to change the way your body reacts to moments of stress to help you perform at an optimal level of success. Most professional athletes and Olympians are aware of this, so they incorporate mental training into their regimen. In the summer of 2020, 7-time Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles pulled out of the women's team's finals and 4 subsequent individual finals to prioritize her health as she was dealing with the case of the twisties, which in gymnastics is known as your body and mind falling out of sync, and that can be very dangerous. She could have walked away from the sport overall after the Tokyo Games, where her act of self-care started a global conversation about sports and mental health, but she chose to get on with her life after and take some time for herself. Simone Biles was recently quoted saying, "I think mostly in 10 years, whenever I look back, do I want to have any regrets? Do I want to be watching, say, Worlds or Paris on TV and be like, wow, if I would have just gone into the gym and just put a little effort in? Because I will always get to do whatever I want to do after my career is over, but I won't be able to do my career forever." So just like that, she is back. She is back and better, baby. If you keep up with gymnastics, then you would have seen her dominate the core hydration classic this past weekend. She had so much power. She was over rotating, which if you know anything about gymnastics or tumbling, then you know you'd rather over rotate. You'd rather have too much power than not. She brought all of the heat. I am so excited to watch the Olympics this summer because Simone Biles is not only going to demonstrate the importance of physical preparation when it comes to your goals, but also the importance of mental preparation.
She just keeps getting better.
Some ways to be more mentally tough. I'm going to be giving you 3 examples. Number 1 is to find a way, not an excuse. It needs to be ingrained in your mind that excuses are going to take you nowhere. They're not going to take you anywhere. So whether you're changing up your schedule, simplifying things to meet yourself where you are, it is just important for you to find a way, not an excuse. Never become defeated by failure. You're going to experience so much failure in your life, We all experience so much failure in our lives. Whenever we experience failure as people, it makes us feel so small, a sense of embarrassment, as though we are not capable of doing anything else. And there's two types of people in the world. There's people who continue to move small, to think small after experiencing failure, or there's people who take that failure as a lesson to move forward and to achieve more. And if you're not able to look your failures in the face head on, you're going to be stuck in a never-ending cycle of wishing you can be where you want to be, but not even trying because you don't think that you're capable of it. And number 3 is pursuing excellence over perfection. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. Whenever we are too tied up in doing things in the most perfect, pristine way, it can hold you back mentally from even trying and getting yourself to a place where you are improving on this goal or in this journey. I used to be like this, okay? If I couldn't do things to the best of my ability, I wouldn't do them at all. If I wasn't seeing that instant gratification, that instant growth, I didn't want any part in it. So what do we do now? We try again. We reflect, and then we keep moving forward from there. Not continuing to make excuses for why we're not where we want to be, and not continuing to dwell on the failures that have come up along the way. When I first started taking spin classes at SoulCycle, man, it was an experience. However, once I started building up a little bit more confidence, you could see it in the class. And there's this one day where I'm spinning, right? I'm doing my thing. This instructor comes up to my bike and adds 2 full turns on the resistance knob. And she looks me in the eye and goes, "You're much stronger than you think." Now, do you think that I took that resistance off the knob? No, absolutely not. I kept that resistance on. That became my baseline because I wanted to prove to myself that I was mentally tough in that moment. But after she did that, that mental toughness kicked in. Okay? And that's what I mean when I say that your mind is going to tell you that you are done well before your body is done. And I'm not saying to go out here and exhaust yourself and overtrain because that can be dangerous. Whenever you're on the treadmill and you're maybe walking for 30 minutes, at the end of that 30 minutes, challenge yourself to add 15 more minutes in. Whenever you're in that Pilates class and the instructor tells you that you're going to be doing 8 reps, your mind is going to start giving up around 5 to 6, right? Because it knows that you guys are stopping at 8 reps. Go ahead and add that extra rep in after the 8th rep. Prove to yourself that your body is much stronger than your mind.
First show, 3, 2, 1, you got it, Janet, going down, slowly rising, back to full range.
So, we just discussed 3 ways to enter your disciplined era. Lastly, I'm going to be giving you 3 tips on how you can actually be consistent in this journey. Starting with number 1 is setting incremental goals, okay? So this is breaking up your larger goal into smaller, more achievable goals. This is going to help you manage your milestones and maintain motivation. For example, a lot of us have a goal to lose weight, gain muscle, be in the best shape of our lives, right? There are ways to break down a weight loss, muscle growth journey into smaller increments. Whenever I went on my health journey, I started out with just fat loss and fat loss only. That was the only thing I had the capacity for, especially because I had a habit of starting and stopping and starting and stopping. I really wanted to start off with something that I could manage in that moment, and that was fat loss. I started off with learning how to get myself in a healthy calorie deficit. At the same time, I was also increasing my movement day to day, working out in the gym only twice a week. And lastly, I was focusing in on falling in love with whole foods and just learning to fall in love with making my own meals. Once I mastered that smaller goal and I got to a place where I lost a lot of the fat that I had gained in the last couple of years, I was able to move into a place where I could focus in on muscle growth. So that involved me increasing the amount of time I was working out in the gym through COPILOT. I went from 2 days a week to 4 days a week, focusing more on strength training, focusing in on muscle growth. I started going to Barry's boot camp a lot more, started going to solid core a lot more. I had built this confidence up because of the fat loss, but I have an overall goal. However, I am more likely to achieve it if I break it down into smaller, more achievable goals. And that's what you need to do in this journey. Number 2, we're still talking about goals. We're going to be talking about SMART goals. Depending on the source, a SMART goal is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. For example, you're trying to lose 20 pounds in 3 months. That is a SMART goal because it's specific. You are trying to lose 20 pounds in 3 months. It's measurable because you can jump on the scale weekly or bi-weekly to measure your progress. It is attainable. It is within reach. There's nothing standing in your way but you. There are no barriers but you. It's realistic because you're sticking to a number that isn't unhealthy in terms of weight loss within that time period or that time frame. And lastly, it's timely. Okay, you're giving yourself a deadline. That is 3 months to reach this goal. Whenever you are creating SMART goals, it means that you are creating goals that make sense with who you are, your lifestyle, and you are essentially meeting yourself where you currently are in this journey. Anytime I made goals that weren't SMART, I found myself falling off on them way quicker than I essentially wanted to. Okay, it's okay to dream big, but it's very important to be realistic when goal setting, because when you're not being realistic, it's so easy for you to shrink yourself. It's so easy to feel small and lose your confidence. So now whenever I'm setting goals for myself, I'm so realistic. I keep them small, I keep them to myself, and I keep it pushing. And I try my hardest to make my lifestyle align with the goals that I've set for myself. Lastly, number 3 is environmental control. Minimizing your exposure to temptation can help you stay on track significantly. Cutting out the things that are going to make you fail. So if you are trying to go on a journey of fat loss and you have a huge sweet tooth, you need to go into your pantry and throw out and toss out or give away all of the sweets. And I don't want to see any comments about hiding the treats from yourself, because if you want it bad enough, you are going to find it. Out of sight, out of mind is the most important thing. It really does help me stay on track and stay motivated. Toss out anything that is going to make me fail in this journey, essentially. If you're trying to go to bed at a certain time every single night, putting your phone across the room or in another room can really help you get an adequate amount of sleep, go to sleep on time without sitting and scrolling all night long. We are not sitting here scrolling on our phone at night. The bed is made for sleep. No more watching YouTube videos to help me fall asleep. No more scrolling on TikTok until I feel tired. When it comes to my progress, my mindset, my motivation, productivity, it all starts with sleep. Lights out, phones across the room at 10:30, no later than 11. My head is on the pillow and I am fast asleep. And we're up and at 'em, getting ready for the day, getting our day started between 6 and 6:30 every single day. And that is because I have environmental control. You need to be in full control of your environment so you're able to thrive. If you decide to have no control, you're going to be living in chaos, and it's going to be so hard for you to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Set yourself up for success so you can reach the success that you want. That is gonna be it for this video, guys. Please let me know if any of this resonated with you down below. We're all on this journey of becoming our best selves. I'm on it daily. I am constantly just trying to live a healthy lifestyle. I feel so good day to day when I'm tapping into self-care, when I'm feeding myself the foods that I need to feed myself, when I'm staying tapped into this journey. I feel amazing, and that's why I come on here making these videos, because it honestly helps me stay on track as well. And I love listening to content like this too. It just keeps me going. So I hope this resonated with you. I hope you are having an amazing week wherever you are. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout. Bye.